Why is it that black women go around bragging about being the most educated group in the United States, yet their children are the least educated group in the United States? So that shows they're poor leaders. Someone tell me I'm lying. No one in a right mind would brag about being the most educated while your children are the least. That means you're selfish.
Welcome back to the channel, everybody. You saw the title, so let's jump right into it.
Chief Keef had to pay child support to a 33-year-old woman. His baby's mama was 33 years old when she got pregnant by him at 16. She didn't do a day in jail.
So you probably did. She's 25, a Houston teacher at Holland Middle School. She was arrested and charged for grooming, texting, and kissing middle school girls. So this is one of girls. Then I seen this lady. These is all last week. 31-year-old Connecticut married lunch lady arrested for having sex with a 14-year-old boy and sending him nude pictures, as well as 34-year-old teacher Jacqueline Ma arrested for sexual abuse because she was 45 and said she's a cheer coach, but she was charged with R word after allegedly having sex with her daughter's 16-year-old boyfriend over 300 times.
Right? So stop listening to these people talking about, oh, bodies don't count. They count, goddammit. That you keep going through a bunch of bad events and unhealthy circumstances don't count. They don't build y'all the way they build men. They just don't.
Yeah.
I think we don't factor in the fact that, truthfully, the more times a woman has a man ejaculate inside of her, that is literally another person's DNA being absorbed into her body. And if you notice, most women who fucked a lot of people crazy as shit.
Yes.
Because they've literally had a lot of different souls in them. That's why they have the thing called soul ties. As a matter of fact, they even have this thing psychologically that if a man gives a woman an orgasm for that 30 days until she has her period again, she belongs to that man. He has imprinted on that woman. So these things, and you have these women sleeping with multiple men at the same time, they're nuts. That's why if you listen to them, most of them have drug problems, alcohol problems, and I'm not even playing with you.
Yeah.
When you sit up there taking that many damn dicks, there's a problem with you because you're literally bringing in the DNA of another individual and holding it, because I'm spitting it out of me. It's going in you and it's just sitting in there, just marinating.
And we can smell the presence of another man on you.
Getting them nuts.
Say it again.
Hey,
We can smell the presence of another man on you, if you really be honest.
Like dogs.
Yes.
getting them nuts make y'all nuts, ladies. Y'all better chill out.
You know, Tommy's absolutely right, man. Tommy's absolutely right. If you look, there was a documentary talking about I can't say the word because of YouTube, but corn stars. The men normally turn out fine. They just go get regular jobs or they start doing like men really don't have any issues just going about their day after having sex with multiple people. But the ladies, like a lot of them have serious mental issues. A lot of them pass away from overdoses. They have substance abuse issues. It's just not natural for a lady to be dominated by so many men. And when we try to, when men try to tell women this, instead of them saying like, "Hey, this man's trying to help me," so they deem us, because of feminism, they deem men as being just these people who are trying to control and harm. So they don't even take the information. We're trying to tell you, you shouldn't sleep around because it's not good for your mental health or your regular health or your well-being. It's just not good for you. But they see it as, oh, he's trying to control me, so I'm just going to do the opposite.
Abusers are like vampires. Vampires cannot come into your house unless you invite them in. All these abusers don't have kids of their own. They typically have kids of yours, and you have to bring them around because a father, let me tell you what happens. Even if we know we didn't do it, that's why fathers are important. And you men on the panel and you men in the comment section, tell me if I'm wrong. If it happened under your watch, you take it as your fault. You don't wait for somebody else to say it's your fault. That's what a fucking man does. We wouldn't sit up here and say, it's not my fault. I didn't know that the child did. No. It happened under my watch. And there's been several men whose daughters have gotten murdered by somebody, had nothing to do with them. Their daughter got murdered by the boyfriend at 16. You know what happened within 6 months? The father killed himself. Do you know why? Because he felt it was his fault.
Even though it wasn't.
I said because.
Exactly. Even though it wasn't.
I said because he felt it was because of his. Okay, you said it exactly 3 times. Let me finish the sentence. The point is because he took responsibility. which is what a leader is supposed to do. Every coach is not at fault for his losses, but if he loses too much, who do they fire?
Coach.
Men understand that. Stop being in leader positions if you don't want to take the blame.
Big facts, man. Big facts. Men understand this. We know that it's our fault. This is why we try to keep our house so tightly knit, to keep everybody safe, because we know, one, we just love everybody. So we want to keep it like we love our wife and our kids. That's why we want to keep everybody safe. But then we know if something happens under our watch, it's our fault. Women have a backup. Well, we can just blame it on somebody else. We can blame it on this and that. We can just, if there's, I'll give you an example. If there's a house on fire, right? If the mother stays outside and she's just screaming, my baby's inside, my baby's inside, nobody's really going to pay any mind, or no one's going to fault her for saying, well, she didn't run into the house to get her kid. No one's going to say that. But if there's a dad on the outside of that burning building yelling, my kid's inside, my kids, and they're going to say, why didn't you go and get them? Why didn't you risk your life? Men are looked at as we're supposed to risk our lives for everyone else. No one says anything to the ladies. Nothing, because with great power, again, I know this is corny, but it is true. With great power comes great responsibility. Men understand that. We understand that this is we're responsible for everybody. Too many women, especially in the black community, are in leadership roles and they should not be, which is why the community is so screwed up right now.
I'm of the belief, I think I agree with them in a sense, because regardless whether we like it or not, if I send my child to that school, the kid is going to still look at you. Why didn't you protect me? They're looking for you to vet these people that you're bringing around them. They're looking for you to do your
I put the responsibility where it belonged, on the predator from the beginning. So we can't pretend that's a lie. However, when we're talking about which parent is pushing sex towards the child, it is majority the father pushing sex towards his son. Period.
There aren't very many fathers in black homes.
Period. It doesn't matter. Even when they're not at the home, they're still pushing their sons.
Wait a minute. Okay, wait a minute. I'm asking you a serious question. How can it be a large number of boys who are wanting to do this if it ain't a large number of men who are raising them?
Because even if they're not raising them, it's not like they don't know them. It's not like they don't see them. Most children don't have parents that they just don't know who they are. They know who their father is. And when he sees them, when he finally gets to see them as a teenager, he's like, hey, man, did you get your little dick wet yet? That's his question to his son. These men should stop encouraging their sons to have sex no matter what. It is a problem, because they're not saying, hey, this teacher is raping me like these little girls are. They're saying, oh, man, I got caught. Oh, man, I had a baby. But they're not saying this woman is raping me. Even when they're having sex with older women and they come back later and talk about it, they don't talk about it as it's a trauma. They talk about it as, I started out early. I started out doing exactly what I knew what I needed to do from a young age. That type of energy is what they're bringing, not, oh, this was trauma. Oh, she hurt me. That's rare. Most of the cases, it's, I don't care. It isn't rape. I wanted it, no matter how young these little boys are.
The same reason these women tell their sons he gonna be a lady killer. Why would you tell that boy he gonna be running through a bunch of women? You don't need to settle down. You better shop around. Don't settle down with the first chick you lay down with. These are females saying this, but you just literally put it on men. As a matter of fact, who's the one who makes fun of a man for not having sex? Is it another man? It's typically a woman who says you don't get no put. Yes, it is, because I've literally saw YouTubers. He just saying that because he can't get no woman. He can't get no sex. Every time a man stands up for men, the first person to come up in that man's comment section and tell him why he's standing up for men, and they say he's not getting pussy. Those are the words they say. They don't say anything else. Matter of fact, they'll check his sexuality and say you must be gay.
Hey, Tommy, hold on. And plus, think about
you smile all you want, but I'm telling the truth.
And here's the thing, though, Tommy.
Why is it that black women go around bragging about being the most educated group in the United States, Yet their children are the least educated group in the United States. So that shows they're poor leaders. Someone tell me I'm lying. No one in a right mind would brag about being the most educated while your children are the least. That means you're selfish. No man would brag about how he's sitting there swabbed out and his kid broke. It's insane. You live with these children. They're yours. You're raising them. So why do you go around putting up pictures of you getting graduated, or you graduating with 5 of your children with you, and 3 of your children are going to end up in jail because you're neglectful? There's no reason for someone. There's not a basketball player right now that brags about how great he is and his son ain't shit. His son can't play. He wants his son to be as good as him. He wants his son to be better than him. So if black women are the most educated women in the United States and they're mostly raising children themselves, their children should be the most educated in the United States by far.
Tommy is spitting facts. You know what? Excuse me. I said I was going to start doing some other content, and I am, but like Tommy is needed, man. I don't know why he didn't become as big as Kevin Samuels. I have because I learned about Kevin Samuels before I learned about Tommy. But he's spitting facts. If you're going to say you're the most, and I thought about this too, if you're going to say you're the most educated, then why are the children doing so poor? Why are the children doing so poor in school, but you're the most educated? Like that doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense.
His son can't play. He wants his son to be as good as him. He wants his son to be better than him. So if black women are the most educated women in the United States and they're mostly raising children themselves, their children should be the most educated in the United States by far. How many of y'all been college students? How many of y'all been college students? And as a college student, you can't go and ask your fucking family to send you shit and put no money on your books. But you in jail for 4 years, they send motherfucker all kind of damn money. When your ass graduate, you get a smaller party than his ass got when he got out of jail. That don't make sense. And again, these households are full of women. And now finally, you can get more pussy saying you spent 4 years in jail than you spent 4 years in college. Now tell me I'm lying. And that ain't a fucking man problem, because men aren't fucking each other. They're fucking women, and women are finding that shit attractive. So you tell me who's at fault.
Listen, Tommy spoke no lies. No lies. Not a one. That's it for today's video. I actually like this. I'm going to try to find the original content because they sort of like chopped it up. I'm going to try to find the full length. And again, guys, ladies and gentlemen, thank you again for showing my channel some love. Comment down below, like, what you think about any one of his talking points, because I like reading these comments. I try to get to all of them, but obviously I don't. But again, just thank you, and leave a like, share it if you want to, and I'll see you on another one.